Hey everyone, and welcome to Star Atlas Today, your news source for everything that is Star Atlas related. Today I'm going to cover the true value of the Star Atlas NFTs. Now that's not going to include the ships that have been issued recently because we know at which price these came, but there are a lot of items that came from the poster rewards which have been trading on the market, and there's not a fair value that's been discussed on the market, but I'm going to deduce these values from the poster rewards value and show you guys if you're overpaying or underpaying for some of these items. So let's get into it. So the starting point for that is the Rebirth poster page where we see the tiers for the posters. So when you bought a certain set of posters, you would get, well, let's say this one cost 64. It was one poster, the discovery of Iris, and then you got $58 of reward, which is 90% of 64. And you got the Pier 64, you got some mining claims, and you got some access rewards. Now to calculate this $58, I'm including the ships. I'm not including exclusive items because these are invaluable. I'm including the mining claims, and I am not including the access rewards because there was a comment at one point from Michael saying that these were kind of a bonus to the poster. So these are only the items I'm going to be covering, excluding the exclusive items. So let's start with the tier 0, where the total package value is $58. The Pier 64, we now know that it was supposed to be priced at $15. It actually came at 20 because there was some kind of error. And if we assume that 58 minus 15, well, the max value of the claim stake tier 1 should be 43. The max of the power plant could be 43, the mining drill could be 43, the space station could be 43. But obviously, if one of these is 43, all of the other ones are 0. So that doesn't really make sense. And by the way, these values that I'm calculating here, it's not financial advice. It's just for your entertainment purpose. So you do with it whatever you want. So if I take an average of what these items should be priced at, it should probably be between $50 and $20. So if these values were all at $15, then this would be 0, which could be even less actually. It could even be $10. But just to be conservative in the value and not mess it up, well, I'm taking the larger value here just to make sure that we're not selling something later that will be priced at, let's say, $20. So these are really the conservative range values. Now, if we continue to the tier 1, and assuming again that the power plant is worth around $15, the mining drill is worth $15, and the space station is worth $15, then we can extract the values of other items. So in this package, which was worth 351, we had the Pier 65. Now we know exactly how much that one was worth when it came on the secondary market. It was priced at 135. And if we take this out of the 351 and we take out these items that we calculated earlier in the tier 1, we get a max value for the claim stake tier 2 at $60. We can also calculate the Taigu, which should be worth about max 50. And one other way to know that these ranges are pretty fair is looking at the marketplace. So all these items, the power plant, the claim stake tier 1, the mining drill, the space station, they're all common in terms of rarity. Now, if you look through every item in Star Atlas, you'll notice that everything that is common is rarely priced above $100. So that kind of makes sense with the pricing guidelines that I found. And in addition to that, if we look at Taigu, it's a common item. So it would be pretty weird if they priced this one upwards of $100. So for me, $50 kind of makes sense with the pricing of this item, especially given that it's common. And also, if we check on the secondary market, so the mining drill, I just told you, it should be worth about $15 to $20. They're currently still selling at $90, which for me is a bit of a stretch. If you still have some of these NFTs, I would probably try to sell them now. And like I said before, they don't have any use case right now. They're only going to be useful in December. And at that time, the team will also sell some new mining drills, some new power plants, some new space stations, and some new claim stakes. So you can buy these again at the price they were meant to be issued initially. So it's a good thing probably at these prices, which is still 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times more than what they're supposed to be priced, to just sell them in the market. Power plant also trading at about 6x of what it should be. Space station around the same. And if you look at the claim stakes, they're also kind of overpriced. What did we found for the tier 1? Max 43, probably more like 15. So yeah, 2-3 times overpriced. If we look at the tier 1, so the Tegu, this one, I said about $50. I might be wrong on that one, but here, it's trading at 300. Like I said, it's a common item. It rarely prices above $100 for anything that's, nothing has ever priced above $100 for something that's common. So this is way of an overstretch, and I've sold all my Tegu because for me that's just too much. What else do we have? So the claim stakes, I say max $60. If we look on the market, it's trading around 2 times. And I've assumed pilot licenses were 0. Well, now you get them free with the ship, so it doesn't have any value at all. The emotes, I don't give them any value either, and the skins either, because these are exclusive items. If we go to tier 2, the package was worth 1,414. We know that the Opal Jet was worth 300. If we take the same values we had for the power plant, mining drill, space station, we get to 45.45, which is 15 a unit. And then the claim stake would be a max value of 320. So the claim stakes 3 are trading at 400, which could be close to fair value. Here, this one, I would not touch it at all. The VIP permit, I've assumed it's 0, the officer's badge as well, but that's not really the case. And I'll explain badges and access passes on another video. And I've also assumed that this doesn't have any value, although it does have value. I mean, the Noble Signer and the Noble Cloak give you an advantage inside of the game. So this is something that clearly has value, but I didn't assume it doesn't have any. And now for the tier 3, which was a package that was valued at 11,500. We know that the Visas Opad was 1,500. Taking out the value of the power plant, mining drill, space station that we calculated in the first step, we get to a max value for the claim stake 4 at 520. And the claim stake 4 is again way overpriced at $900. So it's probably worth much less than that. So that's it for the market value of items. In summary, what I mean to say is that all the claim stakes, the power plant, mining drill, space station, they're still overvalued compared to what their real value is, which is closer to $15 to $20. And like I said, these items are not useful right now. It's probably much better to buy some ships or have it on the side instead of it accumulating dust in your wallet. But just a little market update in the meantime as well. So Polis and Atlas have been a bit weaker in the last week. That's a bit normal because we had the whole Solana system, which was down. I mean, Solana was trading at 215 at one point. So everything came down. Even the Bitcoin and Ethereum are down from their highs. So there is a bit of weakness overall in the market. Nothing that I'm too worried about. I'm pretty happy that Polis has held the $8 mark, which for me is kind of the fair value right now if you compare it to other projects in the same atmosphere, in the same realm, if you want. And We also had the posters, which have been much weaker. So most of the posters have been trading down. I think people have been trying to make cash, probably to buy some ships or just to use it in other things. Michael has said that these posters would have rewards in the future, so we don't know what these rewards will be, how much they're worth, but we can hope that if such a reward is announced, these posters will go up in value. So maybe it's a good time to snatch some right now. I wouldn't say it's a sure thing, but I mean, like anything, it's a bet. You don't know what's going to come, if the value is going to be worth it. But you also have to keep in mind that Michael has said that the rewards will be more focused on the badge. So instead of rewarding the posters, I mean, they might have rewards for posters, but it'll be probably tilted more on the badge side. And other than that, we have a galactic asset offering coming tomorrow. There's supposed to be new ships that are going to come. So before tomorrow, I'll try to make a video so that we can kind of find a fair value for each of the ships and make sure that we don't overpay for any of them. And there was also an offering 2 days or 3 days ago, which for me was a bit pointless. It was about some crew merchandise with some logos. I don't think it has any use inside of the game. It's not going to give you any edge, but they were just like this, you know, some clothing that you can put on with quite a lot of supply, and most of them haven't even sold. There's still a lot of them on the market. So for me, this is just a publicity stunt and nothing really to bother with. But tomorrow there will be new ships, so that could be exciting, and I'll keep you guys updated when that happens. So that's it for today. Just sell your structures before the prices come down. It's still worth it, and you can buy them later for cheaper. And I'll keep you posted on everything else. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment. I'll see you guys around.